let's get this party started.
Kugane!
Kugane! But first, I got a couple of classes to level 30. Perfect for me, huh? Okay, Rose. Hey, Leifei. I'm just getting some crafting class quests done, and then we're gonna explore Kugane.
Isa Leve. Yes. I'm going to be in Kugane for a while.
Wouldn't be a nice stream without rain.
You just seem to get all the bad weather RNG.
I really do. It's great.
You know, physical rain, not the person.
We're gonna be bouncing around a bit just because I'm getting materials. There he goes. He's a mess.
What are you wearing?
You know, I feel that way too, Rose. The second one's more realistic, Rose. Let's see. Do I need any of this? I don't think I do. Not really, no. And that needle I got is actually not very good, or at least not compared to what I have. Yeah, because I have a better silver needle on me. Hehe. It's because in the meantime, between, I guess, leveling sessions, I went ahead and updated all my gear to pretty much where it's gonna be until about level 39 or so. It's kind of where this gear starts. Starts needing replacement. I believe I also have a quest for, mining, because I hit level 25 while I was leveling crafters. Or I hit level 25 before and didn't remember to do the quest. One of the two. And at the moment she said effervescent water, I knew exactly where it was just because it's used everywhere. Hey, Rain. And no, like they was making a joke. And actually, that house that you saw Yuna go into is the FC house. She's part of my FC because I just threw her in there.
Yes. Use your ATB moves. What? Oh.
It's not just a remake jargon. That's all. That's most of Final Fantasy. They're the ones who made the ATV system. Oh no. Run away!
You not have your hide thing on?
No, I didn't have sneak on.
Oh.
Wow. $17, $22. Yeah, it's gonna be that. We get to go bother Geva. My favorite. What was this? Just chilling. Oh, this is dismantling. Or dismantling? Just decent thing. Yeah, decent thing. Hey, Andrew. Alright. Now we go bother Geva.
Now that you've done your decent thing.
Listen, my maps are not allowed to be dirty.
Oh goodness.
Oh man, I started with rain. This is the second time I've been rained upon. Thank you, Geva. A guy came in begging for us to work for him and to give him priority. So I threw him out and told him to get lost.
Terrific business model.
It's just fantastic. Hello, friend who got unceremoniously tossed out. Unfortunately, my character's the charitable sort.
How many custards you have?
Hmm?
Is it how many quests you have for this one?
There's only one. It's one quest per.
Oh, okay.
But it was one weaver quest, one miner quest, and this is now leatherworker, so.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
After hearing such a tale, who could possibly refuse? Why are you looking at me like that?
Right. Self-awareness is astounding.
Well, no, it was a rhetorical question, Unileska. I'm not a monster.
Yeah.
I love her. She's my favorite. Her and not the first culinarian teacher we have, but we get one a little later, who I also love. But that's later. Toadskin jacket. Jacket. Eld goat leather. I have the sinew. 2 toad leather and eld goat leather. I need like I need like 2 illumin. I think it was 2 illumin. 2 illumin. And then eld goat leather. 3 illumin. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna be very busy over the weekend because I grabbed a bit more than I could chew at work. Extra money. It should be okay. there it is. I think we just finished crafting hour. Crafting 30 minutes isn't as catchy though.
Remember what's at stake.
Well, this is going to a wood whaler, which is someone who actually sees combat. So,
Yes.
actually. She stopped calling me worthless, guys. It's amazing. Now she relies upon me. It's nice. I feel like I've earned it. Woo! Of course she does. It's Geva. Oh, Katarina.
Yes?
Have you checked on that house that you want?
Hold on.
There's one nearby to my main's house that she was... I have no idea if it's open today. That's why I was asking. But there is one next to mine that she was looking at. I don't want her to miss it. Get him, Alize. Yes, you did, Tataru.
It's up. I don't have the funds though.
I thought you did.
I have 1.6. That's what I told you.
Yeah, but didn't I give you the other?
I don't know.
Oh.
You just told me that you had it. I never actually got it from you.
Oh, shit. Hang on.
Hold on. We'll be right back, folks.
Well, let me get through this cutscene, but then yes.
By the 12. I thought Ishgard remarkable, but this... We are certainly not in Eorzea anymore.
A tavern is a tavern, Alphino, here or anywhere else. Now, if you'll excuse me, it's time to do what I do best.
Oh, 1,000 pardons, my lady. The signs of the 7th dawn, I presume. I hope your voyage was not too trying.
And you are?
Ah, yes, of course. Forgive me. Hancock of the East Aldenard Trading Company, at your service. On behalf of Chairman Lolorito, I bid you welcome to Kugane and invite you to take refreshments at our local offices.
Lolorito? I was aware his interests extended beyond the borders of Eorzea, but not so far as Kugane. Regardless, I am disinclined to accept the hospitality of grinning merchants, especially those who serve a master with whom we have such a difficult relationship.
My, such naked suspicion. I do hope that business with the Crystal Braves did not rob you of all faith in your fellow man. Or do you really think the chairman is plotting to drag you into another one of his grand schemes?
I beg your pardon? If you are trying to win my trust, you are failing quite spectacularly.
Oh dear, have I offended you? Once again, I must apologize. Too much time in the Far East, you see. One is compelled to talk in circles round everything here, and one finds oneself longing for the invigoratingly candid speech of the Uldan markets. Though I see now that this was neither the time nor the place to indulge said longing. Might I suggest that we continue this conversation at the company offices? Too many eyes and ears here, you understand. 'Twould be decidedly reckless to say any more.
If I may favor you with the invigorating candy you apparently crave, it would be decidedly reckless to follow a man I neither know nor trust. Give me one good reason why we should accept Lord Lolorito's invitation.
Now there's the young diplomat I was told to expect. Very well then, I shall explain. You understand that you are come to a most reclusive and secretive nation, yes? One whose borders are closed to foreign trade save at this single port. Then it should come as no surprise that a great many parties have vested interests here. Merchants like myself are a given, of course, but for every one of us, you may be certain there is also an agent of a foreign government. Many notable nations and empires have embassies here, you know, including, of course, the Garlean Empire, with whom you have such a difficult relationship.
To paraphrase, Kugane is teeming with Imperial spies, one or several of whom could now be listening to our every word.
Something to that effect, yes. Beneath this veneer of bustling trade, a war for supremacy is being waged between world powers. One might say we were standing on the front lines, just not in public.
I still have my doubts, but he may have a point. I say we accept his invitation for now.
Apologies for the delay. Yes, everything is sorted. They do look different here. Look at the aetherites. Aren't they pretty?
Yes.
The East Aldenard Trading Company is, yes, specifically the East Indian Trading Company. But specifically, it's the one that Lotharito is in charge of. You know, the mastermind behind a lot of what was going on with the Bloody Banquet. Which is why all of the Scions are very upset that this man has come to talk to us. Oh, Tataru's in heaven. She found the place where money is exchanged. Right? You get him, Tataru. And now they're friends. Instant buddies. Oh no. Tataru's already scouted the place.
Of course she has.
Mm-hmm. I appreciate his humor. They don't, but I do.
Our thaumaturges took great pains to ward these walls against all manner of surveillance. Where business dealings are concerned, we do not compromise on confidentiality. You may avail yourselves of these offices for the duration of your visit. Come and go as you like, and know that you may speak freely here.
Your offer is most generous, but I will not enter into any agreement which would leave us beholden to you or your master.
A legitimate concern. Allow me to clarify, then. The chairman bids you consider this as an expression of his heartfelt contrition for the bloody banquet and the unpleasantness which followed. Never having been one to put stock in words alone, the chairman deems the provision of material aid to be a more appropriate demonstration of his sincerity. By sheer coincidence, your purpose here also happens to coincide with our own interests. That is, assuming you are come to aid the Doman Liberation Front.
How could... I will not bother to offer a denial. You have the right of it. To be specific, we are come in search of our Far Eastern allies, Yugiri and Gosetsu, whom we hope to assist in their fight.
The Aori Shinobi and the Rugadan Samurai? Then you will be pleased to know that they have both come to Kugane.
Are you sure?
Quite. They came here aboard a company vessel, you see. However, they encountered difficulties securing passage across the Ruby Sea.
The Ruby Sea? Sorry, I've never been any good at geography.
Forgive me. This calls for a map. We are here in Kugane, the sole open port of Hingashi, situated on her western coast. Doma, meanwhile, is here on the eastern coast of Otherd in Yansha. Therefore, if your friends are to reach Doma, they must first cross the Ruby Sea. Alas, this is easier said than done, as the Ruby Sea does not fall within the dominion of either Hingashi or Doma, being controlled since antiquity by a third party, namely the Confederacy. Said maritime collective is known for the consummate skill of its sailors, and for demanding that any vessel entering its waters pay a toll referred to as the Ruby Tithe. In exchange, the Confederacy's vast fleet guarantees the safety of those who travel within its territory. Now, as I'm sure you are aware, Garlemald conquered Doma some 25 years past, at which time the Empire saw no value in controlling the Ruby Sea, and thus did they turn a blind eye to the activities of the Confederacy. The recently appointed acting Imperial Viceroy of Doma had other ideas, however. She has formally condemned the Confederacy and declared that any who recognize their authority shall be branded enemies of the Empire. Bowing to this pressure, Hingashi severed ties with these toll-takers and forbade the payment of the Ruby Tithe, prompting the Confederacy to make it known that any merchants choosing to sail the Ruby Sea would do so at their peril.
No wonder they struggled to secure passage to Doma. What captain would risk such a journey given the circumstances?
I am told your friends were not so easily deterred from their course, but I know not whether their persistence bore fruit.
I say we follow in Yugiri and Gosetsu's footsteps and attempt to secure passage to Doma for ourselves. We will need to cross the sea in any case, and we may learn something of their whereabouts in the process. And should we find that they are still in Kugane, we can make the journey together.
In that case, I have some information which may be of use to you. No quid pro quo, I assure you. The chairman was most insistent that I aid you to the best of my ability.
Honestly, what's really funny is that he's being legit. He's just this way. This is just Hancock. He acts like this. This is his personality.
Mm-hmm.
Look at us giving Tataru more power. She's gonna be our person here. They made Gosetsu more manly than he actually looks in game. Oh, they want us to actually sit here and view it. I would love to, but you see there's a bunch of these little quests all here. Oh, and this is the expansion where being an Al Ra paid quite a bit, because there's 2 different places that specifically deal with Al Ra, and one of them will track if you are an Al Ra and what gender you are. World building. I'm not gonna whip your person. It rains often in this region.
I actually think this is the one of the few places with the rain actually looks really nice.
Mm-hmm. I'm just that good. I look stronger every few minutes or so. If I level off of this, it'll be really funny.
Do it.
We'll see. I'm pretty close. Nope. Yes. Tell me about Shirogane. I've never been there before.
Tell me of Shirogane, this great mystical place from which I know nothing.
I don't have an FC house there. No, even in this life,
Anyway.
she's always had a house in Shirogane just because that's where the FC house is. Yes! I leveled from dealing with a drunk man. Right? Yes. I'm getting sake.
Booze!
Booze! Andrew's been waiting for me to get a quest where I have to bring somebody a drink of some kind. Oh yeah. The very first time you go into a new town is always really nice because it's lots of just like talking and learning the land and getting around and like it's good fun. Very chill times. Yes. Right. Took me a little bit. I'm like, there's a way over there, and I couldn't remember what it was. Gotta go up a level first. Oh, think of the hydrate. For rice wine, though, it would have been perfect. Would have been thematic. Symbolic, even. Yugiri did the smart thing. She stayed hidden. To be fair, you really couldn't hide that mountain of a man.
anywhere.
Mm-mm. Just wouldn't go. Thank you, sir. I do appreciate that they don't fix it. If your character is a woman, so it's like you're looking for a woman, man, you go to Pleasure House. Like, not even a thought. Ah, Gyoto. Look at them. Look at their stupid little face. The most hated creature in all of Eorzea and beyond. Just the look on our face like, what did you just ask me? No.
I beg your pardon?
Well, no, just that look of horror of Tataru would just let us take the money, right? Just our character going, oh. Watch Tataru make it alone and not a gift with interest. too real. There it is. Oh, she's already gone shopping. Get her, Tataru. Get her. This becomes our way of dealing with traps from now on.
Yeah.
I mean, it
Good old
works.
Jedi, just bring the trap.
At the very least, I like this more than people who just kind of like a lot of stories. They will just not realize it's a trap somehow, and just kind of walk into it on accident. We just go, "This is most likely a trap." Yeah, yeah. All right. So we know it's a trap. So we're gonna do this.
I mean, this is also the joke behind the Jedi setting off the trap thing, is they're well aware of what's happening. Like, they're not stupid. It's just sometimes the best option is to spring the trap.
Mm-hmm. This will get us to where we need to go faster. Tataru, you are simultaneously the most adorable critter we have, and also the most terrifying. The most hated character. to the bridge. Got anything else to say while I'm... You're the same. You're the same. Oh, that's awesome. It's even appropriately night right now. Sometimes they will change the time of day for cutscenes, like this one where it's like, oh, you have to come in the cover of darkness. Well, okay, that doesn't work obviously if in-game time is in the middle of the day. But every once in a while you get stuff like this where it totally suits just because the time of day happens to line up.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Lise, it is a trap. That's why they prepped for it being a trap.
He's late.
Endless and most sincere apologies to you and yours, yes, yes. This way, quickly now.
Enough! Where are you taking us? Where is the ship?
The ship. So very sorry to inform you, yes, yes. Long before was it pledged to another. To me, these ones are for Doma.
I knew it couldn't be this simple.
Nothing personal, yes, yes, just business.
Then business is about to take a turn for the worse.
Ah!
Come on, let's find a way out of here.
I do appreciate that. We're not surprised. We're just like, Again, this is just how we handle trash from now on. We just go, we'll deal with it. There's Alize, being a red mage proper. Tataru prepped Alize with smoke bombs because she figured we would need them eventually.
Stay hidden and quiet. Understood?
Clear the road! Clear the road! You there, Kugane. We seek 4 foreigners. One, a brutish woman carrying an unconscious Namazu. Have you seen them?
For foreigners, you say? Ah, yes! Very rude they were, making no apology as they barged past. They went that way, I think.
Many thanks, good sir. With me, they cannot have gone far.
All is well. The Sekisei Gumi will not return this way for some time, I should think. You are of the East Aldenard Trading Company, yes? Come with me. I know a safer way.
You are returned. And with guests, I see.
Our meeting went about as well as expected. We've brought the Namazu who thought to betray us. When he wakes up, we'll see what he knows about Yugiri and Gazetsu.
Well done, you. When I saw the Sekisei Gumi out in force, I did begin to worry, but I see my fears were misplaced.
Actually, if it weren't for Soroban, we might not have gotten away.
'Twas my pleasure.
Yet I must ask, Soroban, why would you deceive the Sekisegumi to help us, foreigners of whom you know naught?
Why, out of the kindness of my heart, is what I would like to say, but my motives are not so pure. I chanced to witness your meeting with Hancock at the tavern and saw an opportunity.
An opportunity?
Like many, I came to Kugane as a trader to make my fortune. Kojin of the Red may serve the Empire as mercenaries, but Kojin of the Blue walk a different path. Regretfully, most here would rather not meet our gaze, much less do business. So I seek the custom of those less predisposed to dismiss us outright, namely the East Aldenard Trading Company.
Quid pro quo, is it? Well, there is no denying that we owe you a debt. What say you, Hancock? Will you consider doing business with our entrepreneurial friend here?
Rest assured, Master Soroban, that in matters of trade, the company does not discriminate. We would be honored to hear your proposal.
I promise you will not regret this, good sir. Ah, yes. You sought passage across the Ruby Sea, did you not? I have a ship you can use.
You do? Well then, far be it from us to refuse. You have our deepest thanks.
And you mine.
Mm-hmm. think that's a reference to that there's a belief that Japanese people, at least at one time, could not distinguish between blue and green. That's why their version of green is kind of this teal color.
I actually know a bit about this.
Oh, good. Because I only know a little bit, and I don't want to like say, Japanese people are colorblind to the color green, because that would be kind of rude.
Well, you're not entirely wrong, but to generalize to say like all Japanese people are is absolutely
Yeah, like
wrong.
that's
It
what
is
I'm saying,
a
like that's rude.
yeah, it is. So it is a very strong genetic trait, among Japanese people, to have some level of color blindness. And it's not like if you were to diagnose it, it wouldn't be considered a severe color blindness. So it's not like they can't tell them apart. Like it's not like they're purely gray. It's just that it comes up as very bizarre shades when they view it. It's actually kind of neat, in that it's a trait that is so common among a geographical area, right? So it's still technically a recessive gene, but it comes up so often in the Japanese population that they actually compensate for it in a lot of ways, because they have to. So it's actually really neat.
But yeah, that's why a lot of the time you see like Hatsune Miku's hair, it's technically green, but if you actually look at it, it's a type of teal color. Like if you were to ask somebody, you know, hey, what color is that? They'd be, it's green.
Hey, I have to run. I'll catch you all later. But that's your neat fact for the day.
All right, fun facts.
Fun facts. And I will catch you all some other time.
All by myself.
Oh my goodness, you'll survive. I'm not gonna be gone for that long tonight.
Yeah,
Y'all hear this BS? I love this woman, I married her, but also just the levels of BS sometimes. Love you, pretty girl. Anyway, everybody have a good night. Catch y'all later.
See you later. Love you too. Bye. Oh, I do that one too. Or like, I won't say anything, but then when she comes back, I'll say, I waited for forever. I counted. I have many versions of she's left me to do an errand. And I do want to make it clear that I do fully like understand that, nah, she'll be back in a little bit. She's fine. I just like to fuck around. Oh, I wish you had told me sooner. I can just bribe my way into the guards. I got you, fam. You never will, Hancock, but it's good lessons for him to learn. Okay, so here's the fun bit. So we already know that Tataru has basically been handling clerical duties before we even met her. And then we know in Ishgard, she really kind of hammered in that she is going to make like more casual inquiries. She's going to be kind of becoming a staple in whatever place we put her in. Basically, she's real good at making friends at the local tavern. And therefore getting information via that way. And we know that she's from Ul'dah, she's a Lalafell, and that is their nation. And she already had a merchant background before we met her, but now she's in close proximity with, you can assume he's some kind of manager. He's the head of this office, and you would imagine that if Lolorita trusted him enough to have him head the office in a very far away foreign nation with very little oversight, you can imagine kind of high up. Guess who's about to learn a lot from Hancock? The smell. Aw, poor Lise. Poor Alphino. He does not like Hancock. He never will. They are ideologically opposed. Most of the East Eldanor Trading Company are pragmatic because, of course, they are. They're a giant business magnate. That makes sense for them to be pragmatic. And Alphino's an idealist, right? But Alphino is an idealist, which, of course, is the exact opposite of a pragmatist. So they are ideologically opposed, and that's gonna always bother Alphino. Hancock doesn't care. Wait, what was that? Oh, jeez. I mean, you have fun, Gyoto. Hi, it stopped raining only a little bit, and then here we are. Okay, same thing.
about you! Ah!
Was that? That was Gazetsu. I'm sure of it. He's in trouble. Lise, wait!
I suppose we should follow her then.
Victory to the samurai!
How many is that now? 10 in a row?
Gazetsu!
Oh! This is a surprise! What in blue blazes are you three doing here?
I could ask you the same thing. We've been looking all over for you, and then I suddenly heard you screaming.
It would seem there has been a misunderstanding. Allow me to explain.
So, in summary, you started a brawl with some off-duty Imperial soldiers and were subsequently arrested by the Sekisagumi, whom you somehow befriended and convinced to set you free if you could defeat a given number of them in single combat.
10 bouts for my freedom, aye. 'Tis but a pity you came too late to witness the last one. And with that, I'm free to go, yes?
Our word once given may not be broken, but we pray you make every effort to avoid future altercations. Circumstances notwithstanding, my lord, we are honored and grateful to have witnessed firsthand the skill of a Doma samurai.
Ah, and we had just concluded negotiations. I gather my assistance was not required.
I love that all three of us are just like, eh. We are now free to beat up people in the city, and they're gonna turn a blind eye. Oh. For some reason, I doubt that it is incurable. Unless it's, you know, alcoholism. Mm-hmm. Red pandas. Oh, by the way, so to get that this whole big tower is a jumping puzzle. And then when you're at the very top, you jump. I think you actually don't have to reach the very tip top. I think it's just that tallest platform kind of up there-ish. But yeah. It's not a race. There's no time limit. It's just do the jumping puzzle. It's just a jumping puzzle. Perhaps. There might be time challenges nowadays. But as it just sits in game, it is not timed. Ah, the incurable ailment was laziness. An ailment most foul. Yep. This is when I tell everybody that this is a or it's heavily inspired by Final Fantasy VI. The previous ruler of Doma was Kyan. You know, the character from 6. This is his kid. They're using his original Japanese name instead of the one that was given to the game originally. Remember how I say we're about to hear a lot about how, you know, how awesome he is and just how powerful he is? Yeah. You have to show, you can't just tell. Telling is not nearly as important as showing. In fact, more often it's literally show, don't tell. He didn't take over, he just squished a rebellion. Garlemald already had control over Doma. Poor Alphino. Doesn't want to be stuck with Hancock, and also ever since the whole Crystal Braves thing, he really hasn't liked delegating tasks anymore. It did not go well for him, basically. So he tends to want to be in the front nowadays.
I remember the water, how it turned crimson in the morning sun. A shimmering sea of rubies, stretching from horizon to horizon. You could almost believe it went on forever. But beyond that red expanse lay a land in turmoil. On the shores of Othard, our Doman brothers struggled in vain.
All right. Now the Ruby Sea. Now obviously you think of the tower first, because it was right there and it's huge. But a lot of the Ruby Sea pulls on a lot of different, like, traditional Japanese myths. I believe the tower, I believe the tower is based off of the myth of Izanami and Izanagi getting together, where they, it was like a marriage ritual, so that they can then have kids. And I know it hasn't. I know like one of the things was they had to do like specific movements around a tower. That's one of them. There is a dungeon kind of in this zone-ish that's based on, you know, the myth of the fisherman that gets taken under the sea and he stays there for a long time, but then he gets homesick and they give him the box and tell him not to open it, but then he doesn't listen and then opens it and then turns into an old man or dies, depending on the version, because a century had passed without him knowing. The dungeon is based on that. So yeah, there's lots of different just... There it is. She's we. I was wrong. It starts around here and then it ends over here. But yeah, this entire zone is just Japanese mythology in its own, and it's really cool. Someone who's actually Japanese could probably go into a lot more detail than I can, or someone who's, you know, formally studied it. But cool spot, cool zone. I love this zone. It's not my favorite zone. We haven't gotten there yet, but I like this zone a lot. All right. Oh, the Kugane are my people. Oh, also, this right here was the new thing in Stormblood. The ability to swim. So we just had basic traversal in Realm Reborn, and then we got flying in Heavensward, and now we have swimming. Oh, it's super nice. And they recently did, you know, that big graphics update we were talking about like a few months ago. You can tell, so right now you can definitely, like, this has always been a thing, like being able to see your character refracted in the water like this. But the actual movement of swimming looked a lot more artificial before, and if you look, it actually looks, it's still not quite right because we move the water way too much, just for clarity. But it looks a lot more like moving around in real water than it did before. And again, there's always going to be a little bit of artificiality to it because, again, that trail that we leave is just extra clarity, especially if you play it at, you know, the distance that people usually play, which is kind of far. So it's just extra clarity on your character to make sure that you always know where they are. But yeah. And for fun, when you hit sprint, your character actually changes animations. You're okay, Alize. Alize, that is not how you treat people. Funny, not correct. He knew we were the meddling types. He knew that we'd help out if he let us go. Yep. Can't disappoint him now, can we? Oh, they don't know who I am, which is kind of nice. I am Eorzea's, you know, warrior of light.
Gentlemen, I'm told you were most unreceptive to my associate's requests. I realize you do not look kindly on the Confederacy and her ways, but if you refuse to pay the ruby tithe, your safety in these waters cannot be assured.
Spare me your concern, pirate. Your feeble attempts at extortion will not work on us. You remain at large because we allow it. Because you are such insignificant little pests that we see no need to swat you. But if you wish to risk the ire of the Viceroy, by all means, fire upon an Imperial vessel. Give us a reason to bring the full might of the Garlean Empire to bear against your pathetic fleet.
Bastards!
Gentlemen, surely the fact that you have such limitless resources at your disposal gives you all the more reason to spare some few coins for the less fortunate.
All talk, just as I thought. Come, let us away. I have no time for this rubbish.
We're all the same to them, aren't we? Savages to be ruled or slaughtered.
They've always balked at paying the ruby tithe, but they were never so eager to pick a fight. The problem, you see, is that many of my comrades in the Confederacy are of Doman descent, and the acting Viceroy, well, she's none too fond of Domans, to say the least. If we take any action to hinder the safe passage of an Imperial vessel, she'll accuse us of attempting to foment rebellion and brand us enemies of the Empire, which we can ill afford to be. Like the man said, we're all talk.
And where did the Kugane stand in all this?
With the winning side, of course. They're mercenaries to a fault, eager to offer their services without coercion. The Shellback could tell you more, though something tells me he would rather not.
I don't understand. If the Garleans are causing the Confederacy this much trouble, and if so many of you are Doman to begin with, why aren't you willing to fight back?
Spoken like a true friend of the Doman Liberation Front. If you're planning to rouse us with noble words and grand promises, don't bother. We all know what the Imperial Army can do. Compared to them, we're boys with boats. Besides, what ties a man may once have held to his home are forsaken upon joining the Confederacy. We look out for none but our own. Be that as it may, our livelihood is under threat. And the captain will need to decide soon whether we're to go down in a blaze of glory or bow and scrape for crumbs from the Emperor's table. All while our friend the Viceroy continues her purge of Doma's radical elements. I believe she's holding court in one of the fishing villages even as we speak.
That she-devil! Her perfidy knows no bounds! She must be stopped! Come, let us find Soroban and put us here at once!
Tell the others that these ones have paid. We all have places to be.
Listen, if I could get away with that, I would do it too. Look at my lovely new glare spell. I do more bright damage. I think there is another upgrade. No, that's the last one. Yep, that's the last one. And yep, that's the last one. I had Glare 4, but that's different. Mm-hmm. Right. And I get to see Holy. Look at it go. Yep. And outside of like dungeons and stuff, that will be what my two main, I guess, casts will look like from now on. What? Alright, small one. Right? Nope. Mad. That I saved his life. Somehow her standing at the front of the boat is very her. Yep, I'm trying to get to a spot where I can get to another etherite. You know, a nice safe place for my character to rest.
Even accounting for the rebellion, such indiscriminate shows of force seem pointlessly excessive.
If only you knew how commonplace such scenes have become. Are we too late?
Over there, someone's coming.
It is she, sworn enemy of Doma, of my master. The traitor who sold her homeland to the Garleans. Yotsuyu.
The Viceroy herself. And look behind her. Isn't that...
Filth and squalor everywhere I look. How very Doman. What I wouldn't do for a drink. Come now. You've no reason to look so afraid. You have lived through a quarter of a century of Garlean rule, remember? 'Tis better to bend with the wind than stand tall and be broken. Therein lies hope. Therein lies freedom. I come before you today seeking affirmation. A heartfelt declaration. You're free to answer me as you see fit, yet even the least among you should know the correct response. Should. A resident of your village, one of your neighbors, mayhap your friend, was detained by the Kugane this morning. They say he was attempting to flee to Kugane, but we both know that simply isn't true, don't we? Have you anything to say? Bit slow, this one. Is there anyone more sensible among you? Have any of you anything to say? To swear?
My lady, I swear to serve the Empire, to do whatever is asked of me, and never disobey.
Well said, that man. Of course, it wouldn't do to simply take you at your word. Kill him. Surely you can do that much. He must be guilty of something or other, or he wouldn't have attempted to flee the Empire.
I have a family. Kami, forgive me. Kami, forgive me.
Very, very good. I've always had a soft spot for men like you. Next, I want you to shoot those two over there. Too old to work, you understand. A burden on the Empire. We can't have that.
But they're my parents. You can't expect me to...
She's right. They would simply take the villagers hostage. We must consider the wider picture. If we act recklessly, we risk alerting the Garleans to our presence here, making it that much harder for us to work with the local rebels. To say nothing of the reprisals ordinary civilians would be made to suffer.
Open your eyes, girl. They are already suffering. Let me go. I am putting an end to this madness. I will approach the village alone and identify myself. As a former leader of the rebellion and a known fugitive, they will wish to detain me until they are certain they have learned all I know. Use this time to make your plans.
You saw what those monsters did to the villagers. Who knows what they'll do to you, assuming they don't kill you where you stand?
We live and die at the pleasure of the Kami. My fate is in their hands and no others. If it be of any comfort, I am no stranger to chains.
You can't expect us to stand idly by as a comrade goes marching off to his death. And this is nothing like Kugane.
Nor is it like the Reach, Lise, or the Wall. Let him go. Hold out for as long as you can, but remember, noble sacrifices are to remain an absolute last resort. I wish I could say it won't come to that, but only the gods know how we're going to get you and the others out in one piece. A miracle, perchance.
A great tower stands to the north and east. Look to its occupants for aid and succor. Together, you may yet find your miracle. Now, leave this place. I must go.
Oh. Another idiot like all the rest. I'm beginning to think it may be something fundamental. Something intrinsic. Something quintessentially Doman to ignore the simple truth. You can't do a damn thing if you're dead.
Enough, Yotsuyu!
Well now, this is a surprise.
Hear me, Yotsuyu! Cease this farce, here and now, and I shall surrender myself to you. Refuse, and all shall answer to my blade.
Bring him to the tavern.
So that's Yotsuyu. Ain't she something? I am gonna be a real, give just a real quick disclaimer when it comes to Yotsuyu. Her character arc and the way she's written is technically fine. On a technical level, everything about her story is well written and works fine. I personally have a bias against her specific type of story quest, like her specific storyline. It's not my favorite. I don't like this trope. I wish it would go away. I understand why it exists. So I do want to make it clear that there's nothing wrong with her story. You're not going to hear me talk very much about it just because I'm well aware of my bias against this kind of story. And so instead of ranting and raving and calling it bad, which it's not, it's just not my cup of tea, I'm just gonna, you know, sit quietly about it and just be like, yep, there's Yatsuyu. Look at that. You know, I'm going to err on the side of quiet. Now, I am going to talk a little bit about Alize though. So, as you're probably seeing, she works in a really down-to-earth way. We'll put it that way. In terms of how she uses her intelligence, because again, I'm going to keep harping on this because they do kind of put Alphino as the more like of the two twins, he's the smart twin, right? And that's kind of how they kind of play it. But never forget, they both entered the academy at the same age and graduated at the same age. They're both geniuses. And the Studium, which is where they both graduated from, are college level classes. And these two kids are 15. So, very smart people. But he, of course, uses it to actually, you know, show off. Look how smart I am. I'm into politics already. And she doesn't. She tends to think tactically. She tends to be like, these are the real world ramifications of X, Y, and Z. This is what we need to do. This is how we're going to get it done. They use their intelligence in different ways. And it's really nice to see that. And also, we've finally gotten Alize kind of separated from Alphino, which means we get to actually see how Alize works without being able to essentially hide behind a character that we already know, which is her brother. Like, yes, we know her from Coils because I did Coils. But anyone who hadn't done Coils, this would be our first real introduction to Alize. Sure, but that's what I mean by like being able to just kind of hide behind him and not talk very much. Aha. Okay, now I can stop, as I have found an etherite. We went a little long today, that's okay. Oh, we're not going to the tower. The tower is just a major landmark. The tower is actually part of a side quest chain. No. In fact, I can't even do it. Una hasn't done the things that I would need as a prerequisite to do the tower. Anyway. Next time we will, I guess, make a miracle.